You know, our expectations haven't really changed all season. They're still high. They're still real high. We expect these guys to go out and compete at a very high level and to fight for every point. At this point in the season, I think you see a lot of teams. You know, you see half the teams start to really pick it up and start to peak for the end of the season, and the other half of the teams you start to see slide, and you know, they're kind of ready for that season to be over with. We're peaking right now. All our guys are really excited for this next weekend coming up. We tell them every time coming in, you know, kind of it's a clean slate from here on out. You know, everybody's back 0-0, and we're expecting our guys to go out with a lot of confidence, coming off a strong end of the season, and just go out and compete hard. And I think if we do that, we're going to have a very favorable result. He's going to have to wrestle his best, his absolute best. It's not out of the question. He can definitely do it. I think he's proven that he can wrestle with all those guys in the conference. He's going to have to wrestle at his absolute best, though. Not making mistakes, not getting in holes early, being able to get off the bottom position. You know, I think there's a few guys that we have that really have that opportunity to go out and really solidify themselves as the best in the conference, and they're going to have to really put it all together. You know, he's got to stick to the positions that he's good at. He's been battling injury all year. He can't let guys score points at the end of periods on him, and he's got to get his offense off. If he can do that, he's going to be successful on his feet, and then he can really dominate the match on the mat. Yeah, we expect him to get in the finals. You know, get in the finals, and then from there he's going to have a very tough opponent, and it's going to be, you know, how bad does he want it at that point? You know, he's beaten everybody in the weight class except for the guy who will be the #1 seed, so he knows he can do it. It's just going out there and getting his offense going, not waiting for his opponents, not letting his opponents slow him down. If he can do that, he can go and really have a spectacular tournament. For Brian, it's just his will to win. It's his will to win and fight for every point, every minute that he's out there on the mat. That's what really makes him successful at this point. He's probably going to have to, going in as the 4 seed, beat the #1 seed in the quarterfinals, or in the semifinals, excuse me. So he had a close match with the kid in the dual meet. It was a 1-1 match. We took a shot at the end of the match trying to win the dual meet, and it didn't work for us. Again, in a different situation, we're going to wrestle a little bit smarter in that situation, and you know, really wait for that perfect opportunity to score. So he's got the opportunity, and he's already proven that he can wrestle with the best in the conference. He's had close matches with all those other guys, and he's beaten a couple of them. So he's really setting himself up for a nice little run here, and I think what it's going to come down to is his fight and his will to win. I think Ben Pukowski could really put on a nice little tournament. In the conference, he's only got 1 loss this season. He's had a nice end of the year run here. You know, it'll be interesting to see where he ends up in the seeding, but he's beaten everybody in the weight class. So he could really have a nice little tournament if he decides to really turn it on and compete at a high level, which I think he's ready to do.